25 Sweetpeas. Today for you, I am swatching the latest Orly collection. They sent me the Feel the Beat Spring 2020 collection, which consists of 6 new polishes that are super fun. And at first, when you look at them, you're like, wait, is this really a spring collection? This almost has warmer vibes than we get in spring. But when you put it all together, it just makes for a really fun color story. And it does have the spring elements with like a hint of summer in it, which is like my favorite type of spring thing because summer is my favorite season. And I love spring for the fact that that means summer is getting closer. So let's look at this polish collection. The first one is called Lips Like Sugar. And I just want to mention that on the card that came with this collection, it says that it is 90s inspired. And I think as you go throughout the whole thing, you'll kind of pick up on that vibe as well. So this one is kind of a neat magenta-y cream, but also like at times it has like a neon feel to it. However, I noticed the more that I wore it, like 2 or 3 days of wear, it felt calmer than it did on the first day, which was an interesting observation, but I really liked it. Then we have a shade called Magic Moment, and as you can see here, it is super sheer on that first coat, which means this would make a super fun topper on any and all of the polishes in this collection. It is a scattered kind of shimmery, sheeny polish that has a light lavender and like a teal blue in it, and it actually does cover perfectly in 2 coats, but like I said earlier, this would make a super fun topper on this whole collection, and I think it just adds another level of fun and actually kind of gives you like 6 polishes because it can transform all of the others into something different. Then we have a shade called Lilac You Mean It, and this one out of all of them is my least favorite formula-wise. As you can see, that first coat, it's just kind of patchy, which I didn't love. I feel like it kept running towards the edges of my nails and kind of pulling at the edge, and I think you guys can actually see that on the sides of my nails. So, I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit more mindful with this one. Make sure you don't get too much polish on the brush and so on. However, I did get it in 2 coats where I was happy with it. It was a little finicky, so it wasn't my favorite, but I also like love the color. It has a pink sheen in it, and it has like this light lavender base. It's really fun, just like its formula doesn't match up to the rest of the collection. So now we have Sweet Thing, which has a great formula. On the camera, it kind of looks like one of those like sun bleached neons, but it's not. It's a much calmer, peachy, blushy cream shade, and it's really nice. Kind of like I said, has that peachy feel. First coat's really good. Second coat definitely brings you up to full coverage. And I need to mention, I love these Orly brushes. I like that they're the default brushes that are with the Orly polishes. They're just super nice. They give you good cuticle lines, and I just love them. Then next up we have a shade called the Glow Baby, and this is very reminiscent of kind of a collection we saw last year, I think it was, that was full of kind of like summery, bronzy, tan shades, and I was excited to see Orly do something kind of like that because this kind of like leads us over to that summer vibe. And it has a really good formula. As you can see, at 1 coat it does really nicely. Like, I can't see through anymore, but I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat because the one thing you kind of have to be careful with this one is that wherever the brush touches, you're going to kind of see that in the shimmer that's within this polish. So you have to be very mindful of how you use the brush, where you end, and just kind of like think that through. Granted, as it dries, it kind of neutralizes, but you can still kind of tell. Then lastly, we have the most unexpected shade, which is called In the Groove. And this is kind of like a brick red / brown shade that I would never associate with spring, and yet somehow in the color story of this overall collection, I feel like it's kind of perfect. It gives you a little bit of everything in this collection, and as you guys might know if you read my blog or you've been following me on Instagram, I'm very into color scheming right now, so I feel like looking at this collection as a whole, it works. It's really fun. It's kind of springy. It also kind of gives off a Valentine's vibe, weirdly enough. And it also like leads me into the summer season of colors, which I absolutely love. So overall, I would say 5 out of 6 had perfect formulas. One of those actually is kind of like a universal polish because it could be worn alone or it could be worn as a topper. Then the one that did not stand out to me was Lilac You Mean It. Lilac You Mean It. Granted, I love the name. Granted, it's hard to say. but the formula just didn't stand up to the rest of them in my opinion. So there's that. Overall though, I mean, if you wanted the rest of them, I'd say go ahead and get it because it's worth working with, because it is really pretty and you guys are going to see it in some upcoming nail art. So I think that covers everything. If you all have any questions about this collection or the formulas or anything, feel free to let me know down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Like I said earlier, I feel like I love the fact that Orly like picked this collection and like handpicked them in a way that they all work together, because it's like my thing right now. I absolutely love that, and the overall color story, the color scheme, it's just super fun. So that is officially it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you back here soon for another new video. Bye!